What's up, everybody? Andy's back with another episode of the hidden gems of gaming that we've been doing. Getting a little bit of traction. So if you like these videos, if you can subscribe, if you want to comment on any, if you've played this game, like the video if you like it, dislike it if you don't. Any suggestions for future content, more than welcome. But again, we're getting the views, we're just not getting the subscribers. So obviously people are coming back to the channel, so if you can just hit that subscribe button, that'll help me out fantastic. I'm on the road to 1,000 and it'd be great if we could get there with the help of you guys. So today, let me just move my camerate up into the corner here. We've got One Piece Pirate Warriors 4. This is one of the biggest breaths of fresh air and one of the games that's brought the most enjoyment this year that I've played. What this game is a musou game, or musou. If you don't know what that is, some of you will be familiar with the Dynasty Warriors games, Samurai Warriors, Warriors Orochi. I think there's Dynasty Warriors Gundam out there. There's the Zelda game on the Wii, I think it is. That's the same. So it's basically large scale battles. Fans of games like 99 Nights back in the day, just absolute hordes of enemies out there, but it's got the One Piece license into it. Now, I know very, very minimal about One Piece. This covers a large amount of it, so obviously if you're a fan of One Piece itself, you're gonna automatically feel at home with this. If you're not, it's absolutely insane, but it's still good fun. There is a story, it is all over the place, the characters are absolutely insane, but it's good fun, it brings a lot of laughs, but the gameplay itself is what draws me into this game. So my first introduction to these type of games was Samurai Warriors, I think, or Dynasty Warriors back on PlayStation 2. I loved it. I remember clearing 4 or 5 enemies, and this is my first memory of the games. I ran around a corner, and then it was like the scene in Star Wars where Han Solo chases a stormtrooper and then he comes back the other way and there's a load chasing him. I did that, killed 4 or 5 enemies, ran around a corner and then saw the scale of the army in front of me and come running back round the other way. So we'll jump into it. So this game, first thing you're going to see is waifu. It's there, unfortunately things are over-sexualized. But, so you've got all these game modes, systems, galleries, bits like that. So basically there's the campaign mode, which can be played on your own or it can play co-op. I believe local co-op's an option, but just drop in online co-ops there straight away. You can play pretty much everything online co-op. You go through with set characters. As you progress levels, you get medals which unlock other characters, and then you can use them medals to also upgrade your skill tree as well. And then you get these sort of they're not like horde modes as much, but sort of bonus missions which sort of show battles from different points of view, from the alternate side, and you can unlock even more characters and the medals in regards to characters, because certain ones you get sort of, when you use certain characters, you get like alliance coins, so everybody who's aligned with him. So if you use one pirate crew, you'll get coins for them characters, so you can power that line of characters up. And if you defeat certain bosses or enemies, you'll get the coins to unlock them as well. And then you've got sort of free mode where you can go along. Otherwise, you've got these chapters. There's a fair amount of content. A lot of levels to play for. I'll just pick a random level. As I say, the characters are just absolutely insane, and there are a lot of characters to choose from. Now, missions tend to be you're either defending points or you've just got to wipe out enemies until that area is clear, and then your reinforcements can come in, or there'll be multi-bosses around the map that you have to clean out. Now, you do get a story, as I say. Anybody who's familiar with One Piece will be automatically at home with it. I'll skip the cutscenes as they were, but some of them are great. And then you'll get a selection of pirates relevant to that level. So not all levels are for characters until you start going into, as you can see, look, different levels will offer you different characters. I just want to find, so this one you can only play with Luffy, who's your main guy. And then there's even more characters available on this one. Once you go into free modes, which I'll show you, you can, or the treasure log, you can generally choose the different pirate crews. Like, so you've got the Marines, or there's the Straw Hat Pirates, which are your main group of guys. I mean, some of the characters look insane. This has been my favourite. I mean, I think it's Kaido. This guy turns into a great dragon that you can have running, and he just decimates everything. This is my guy. Now, there is some character customization in regards to costumes and such, so I'll show you the... so this is your level up, basically, and this is the coin. So you'll see the 900, I call it Gary Snail. You'll see I've got 999 of them, so they're a basic currency. And basically, you need to collect the relevant medals, so diamond rings and snails on that one. And then you need coins, and then you need characters, and these will unlock different moves, different passives, things along those lines, and upgrade your health, your defense, your stamina, bits like those lines. Now, once you've unlocked a special, you can then use that on any character as well, so you can mix and match. So if you want any passives and things, sorry, you unlock your passives, you can unlock them on different characters. And then these are the passives, so you can enchant your attack, defense. You know, there's plenty to choose from. Have better combo gauge, change background music, and set sail. Loading screens in on there, and then this is it. So it's generally, you'll see the map, and there's just 1,001 enemies. And you'll see at the top where it says Oasis, there's a little red bar. So that's generally like sort of a morale meter, if you like. Now, when you clear that, I mean, in my challenge, you've got a combo meter in there. So one of the things that I enjoy with this game is getting combos. And you get to a stage where you're trying to combo everything, and then you've got your special moves that are absolutely insane. And then you can also buff your character with special... Some characters will get a dash to get around the map quicker. That's why I like this guy, because he can just get around. And you're probably looking at the screen now thinking, what the hell is going on? And it is a lot of that. And some of these maps, I mean, this is quite a small map. And then you'll find more mini bosses will appear, so you'll see them pinging in the bottom right hand corner of the screen there. So you'll try and get down there, and then it's basically just beating like a morale system. You'll beat so many until the big boss appears. Some of them, they might be slightly better objectives, like they might be a battering ram. So there you go, I've got the dash. I couldn't quite remember how to do that, which you can lock onto enemies with your right stick as well. But yeah, you'll get the big boss appear, but something will be a battering ram that you have to stop, or you have to stop somebody from escaping or something, so you'll just dot around the map. And a lot of it's the same, but there are so many different characters to unlock, and so many different game modes to play through, and it just keeps you coming back. And because the gameplay is so simple, I mean, it's nice to have these big convoluted sort of storylines, and there is a storyline to this, and I've heard from people that have, you know, a fan of the animes and whatnot, you know, what it follows and which seasons to go hand in hand with, you know. But as I say, it's not something that I don't think I've ever watched an episode of. I've just sort of picked bits of lore up from games or things that I've read online. I sort of went into this game pretty blind, to be fair, just because I wanted a Musou game. and a lot of them are either dated. So what drew me to this game was a lot of them that are available at the minute are pretty dated. And there's not that many available on Xbox, and you know, I mean, graphics aren't everything, but you want something to look at, and this one, you know, it's got a nice aesthetic to it. It's got that sort of animated feel to it. I had a look at reviews, and it did get reviewed as one of the better ones as well. So I picked it up, and I've never looked back since. I've since moved on to Samurai Warriors 5, I believe it is, which is good. But one of the big things for me in gaming now is co-oping games, and the one thing that sort of lets Samurai Warriors down is you have to play everything on your own, which is not, you know, it might not be a fact to some people. But I do prefer co-op games, and when I get a co-op game, I just want to be able to load it up and not have any issues with it. Just invite a friend. Yeah, there might be a tutorial or whatnot, or an area you have to get to. That's fine. I don't mind that. But otherwise, I just want to drop in with a friend, and Samurai Warriors doesn't offer that unless one of you's completed the level first. So you're basically playing through everything sort of twice, and you know, some people might say that's some people might say, well, it's adding to replayability, but to me, I want to play the game, you know, through together, experience it, and not just sort of be doing it as an added extra. Which this game, as I say, is fully co-op pretty much from minute one. So you've got your lock-on feature. You can lock on to sort of boss characters. There is a combo system in place, so you can just button mash if you wish. I know that's what it probably looks like, but if you do hit the combos correctly, you will do a lot more damage and trigger more abilities. But that's generally the sort of meat and potatoes of the game. I mean, there's nothing too in-depth. As I say, it's not an Uncharted, an Horizon, you know, there's no deep and meaningful mechanics and vast lands to explore. Each level's sort of contained in its own little environment, and then you'll come out, you'll select your next set of characters, and you'll go again. As I say, there is a story that's there to follow. Fans of the series will probably get more out of the story and know what's going on, because I'm sure there's some gaps in there. But I did watch a lot of it, the cutscenes, which I don't tend to do in games, and it did get some laughs out of me as well. And even some of the text at the bottom of the screen made me sort of laugh out funny bit. And it gave me, I've not got around to it yet, but it did give me an intrigue to watch the animes as well, like to find out more about these characters. And I know there's also sort of the World Seekers One Piece games as well, which got me interested in, which get good write-ups as well. But yeah, I mean, if you want something, but other than that, if you're not bothered about the story and you just want something that you can go in either with a friend, on your own, you know, sort of switch off, you know, there is a min-max setting for those purists out there. Somebody who wants, you know, like if you're an RPG fan, I mean, yeah, it's not sort of the levels of a Final Fantasy or anything like that, but you've still got, you know, you can swap in and out skills and your buffs and things to make your characters better, you know, if you want them auto attack based or special attack based. But I just like the simplicity of it. That's what draws me to this game. I mean, I've played all these games where you have to think about it. I mean, I like a puzzle game. I do like a single player game every now and again. I've played games that feel like a chore, these long campaigns. But sometimes it's just nice to find a game that you can just drop in, whether you play a mission for 10 minutes or you play for 3-4 hours. It's irrelevant to me. I like to just drop in. So you've got the S rank system, you know, if you want to perfect that. So this is sort of the alliance that I mentioned. So by playing with one character, I'll get XP to everybody who's aligned with them. So not all your characters are sat at level 1. It does obviously help to play multiple characters to get the different coins, as you can only get certain coins or medals, whatever you want to call it, from separate characters, and then you get your money as well for completing the missions, and obviously that goes up based on harder difficulties, which once you get leveled up again are not all that difficult. So I'll just drop into another mission, and I'm not sure who else I've got leveled up, to be fair. So you want to, there are giants in the game. Now I've not leveled this guy up, but the giants got added. So this, you'll see the medals now. Will so there's like a little, I don't know if you can see it on screen, but there's little dots that interconnect. So once you've unlocked a node, you can move on to the next one, and then that'll upgrade your character's stats and then unlock your special moves. So the swords tend to be the special moves that you can choose from. Some require certain coins you can only get at a certain point. Just adding a couple of nodes on, just want to show you this guy. All characters have likes or a big ultimate as well. And then once you've filled out the map, you can move on to map 3. Also, leveling up your character allows you to progress into it as well. So it's just a case of playing the missions. That's enough, it's just to show you. And then you go into your special moves, skill set, just add a couple of these on. So as you level your character up, you can add more and more of these. So you'll see, like at the top, I've got 5 available, like 5 slots where it's a skill slot, and then you'll see on the next one, pursuit, it's got 1. So I can have up to 5 at the moment. There are sort of builds that are better than others. You know, there are sort of, like, say, you can min max, but and then there's like farming ones like cat burglars where you'll get more berries on the map, which is your coin. You can increase your XP if you're just wanting to level somebody quicker. We'll add some attacks in there, and then special move enchantment. So we'll just go with that for now, and then just show you the difference. So as I was saying, yeah, these are giants, so you can see now, look, the difference in them. And some people said once these got added, it ruined the game a little bit. But I actually find them quite funny. I mean, if you just want to go God mode on something, you know, it is funny. And then I don't think you get it straight away, but you do get. Oh, there we go. So you get a burst mode, but this guy will eventually turn into a dragon once you've got his final form unlocked, sort of thing. So some characters do, I don't know if it's all, but most characters do have like a final form, where once you power up, you become like godlike, and this guy just turns into a dragon that you fly around and just absolutely nail the entire map. Sort of reminds me of Sauron, where you just absolutely think. I mean, you get things like that as well, like basic destruction. You bosh things into a building, and it will, you know, some nice effects on there. But yeah, guys, I mean, I'm not going to waffle too much. You've sort of seen the meat and potatoes of it. As I say, there's plenty to see and do in terms of how many levels there is to do. In terms of characters, there are plenty. I mean, if I skip out of this, I think I've got all characters unlocked at the minute. So if we just end the mission, we'll go to free mode, and I think that's where you can choose all characters and just give you sort of yeah, so you've got a good 30-40 characters or so to choose from. Some are ranged, some can fly. You've got the giants. You've got some that can heal themselves. Some are fast ranged attacks. Some are magic. Some are like more melee based. You've got these sort of like superhero guys. They're like pretty decent, fly around the map. She can absolutely, scream wipe. Luffy's really good when you level him up. This guy Zoro, when you get his swords leveled up, you just watch bosses disappear. Nami, not for obvious reasons, is one of my favourite characters to use in the game as well. It's just really good fun, guys. So I definitely recommend picking it up. I think I picked it up on sale, but if I'd have bought it full price, I wouldn't have regretted it. So if you can pick it up cheap, by all means, go for it. If you want something mindless, something you can play on your own, co-op, with a friend, something that you can sink, a good 40, 50 hours into and not really have to worry about, convoluted puzzles or hurting your brain too much, and you just want to unwind for a couple of hours, then I highly recommend this game. So I'm going to leave the video there for you guys. You've seen a bit of gameplay, you've got my thoughts. That's One Piece Pirate Warriors 4. This is on the Xbox. It will be available on other platforms too. But as always, guys, if you made it this far, like the video, subscribe, it'd be absolutely massive for me. Comment down below if you enjoyed it, what you want to see in the future, if there's anything that you can think of, or again, if you've played the game. But otherwise, as always, guys, enjoy your gaming, stay safe, and until next time, guys, peace and love as always.